Everyone, welcome to the Gringo Lingo. I'm here with my special guest, LoveKeyyz. She's a musician and artist. She does R&B, very talented. How you doing there?
I am great. How are you?
Good, good. What I want to know is, what motivated you to go into music?
Actually, I used to make covers. Well, I still make covers, but in high school, my freshman year, I met a guitarist,
Hmm.
and she was like, "Okay, I can learn this song and we can sing it, and we'll record every Friday after school."
Hmm.
So we did that every Friday. We had like our own little crowd and everything. And then my uncle, he was like, "You should write your own song. I'll pay for you to get in the studio." And I was like, "Okay, worth the try."
Hmm.
Did it, and I fell in love with it. And
Nice.
ever since, my uncle has been my manager, and I'm so glad that he introduced me to it because it's a whole different feel from doing covers.
Hmm. Who are some of your musical inspirations?
Um, I don't really have like a top three or top five. I take from pretty much everybody that I listen to, but some of my favorites are Beyonce,
Hmm.
um, Aaliyah, Alicia Keys, Kaylani. She's a newer artist. She's my age.
Hmm.
But those are some of my top favorites. I even take from rappers. I'm not a rapper, but I take a lot from everything that I listen to.
Yeah. Now, what is something that has inspired you? Where do you get your inspiration from when you are writing music?
I am very transparent in my lyrics, so I take a lot from experience.
Hmm.
So something that could have happened to me in the past or something that's happening to me, I take a lot from what I learned and
Hmm.
sometimes from what happens to other people, but mostly from personal experience.
Hmm. Now, I want to know what type of instruments do you play?
I only play piano. I
Hmm.
played in seventh grade. I had a music class, general, early piano,
Hmm.
and I stopped playing for a few years. And then
Hmm.
when I got to high school, I my friend had an extra key. The guitarist, she had an extra keyboard that she let me have,
Hmm.
and I taught myself and fell in love again. And I told myself in 2017 I will learn guitar. So I'm
Hmm.
getting a guitar in the next
Nice.
2 weeks, and I will teach myself guitar.
Nice, nice, nice. Now, since you're into music, do you think being a singer and an artist, it's easier for you to learn how to play an instrument?
I think it is, and I think that is is something that a lot of artists should learn because, for example, with piano, it's easier to me for me to learn harmonies because if I can play the notes, I can catch myself and I'm not singing off key or anything. So it's
Yeah.
like if I'm singing in this key, I know how to, I know how to make it balance. And I
Hmm.
think that that's something that I'm finally learning to use in my music because I wasn't really good at harmonies when I first started. And then
Hmm.
my vocal coach was like, you play piano, you can just play the harmonies and you can catch yourself. So I
Hmm.
think it's something that every artist, at least basic piano,
Hmm.
like the early, you know,
Yes.
the,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, what is something that uh, you haven't done quite maybe yet with your music that you want to do with your music? Is there any type of sound, maybe taiko drums from Japan or African drums or something like that? That are you very experimental when you create your music?
Yes, and that's something that I don't have anything specific that would say I want to experiment with, but there are, like I said, I draw a lot from other artists, everybody that I listen to, and if money allowed it, I would be able to experiment more. But there are so many sounds that I haven't touched yet, and that people don't see. I don't think that I have really given the world my true sound,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of what I'm finding right now
Mm-hmm.
because there are like I'm tapping into jazz and everything, stuff that nobody's ever heard from me that I'm working on now. So I'm excited about that, and I hope that I can get to tap into a lot of like a bit of everything.
Yes, yes. Now, as far as your albums, as you've done a few
Hmm.
albums, what is your favorite song that you yourself as the artist, I have to listen to this again? Is there something that stands out when you of the music that you've created?
My personal favorites are not everybody else's favorites simply because there is a reason behind why there's certain songs I attach to. For example, the first EP I released, there is a song on there called Back to You,
Hmm.
and I actually co-produced that. I played the piano and I brought it to my producer and he helped me put it all together. And that song specifically was something that I was in the house and I didn't know much about piano. I just played a few chords and I'm like,
Hmm.
wow, like okay, this sounds good. And I put the words to it and it's something that I had went through and I feel like a lot of people can relate to. So I think that makes it my favorite song on that one. And the second, um, the most recent album,
Hmm.
I would have to say Inception is my
Mm.
favorite song. Um, I think it's just more of an emotional piece.
Hmm.
Probably one of the most emotional ones that I've ever done. And like there's a story behind it. So it's like
Yeah.
anything that's like a real emotional story behind it. That's my favorite. And yeah, I think that those two are my favorite just because of the I know what I went through to make the music, and I think that's what makes me appreciate it more.
Yes. Now, where did you get the name Love Keys?
When I was younger, I went. I had like I never had a nickname growing up, so I was trying to like find it, and Key was my first nickname,
Hmm.
and then one of my friends he just called me Keys, and I was like, oh, okay, I like that. And then as I finally started making my own original music, I was working with a videographer who was, trying to help me and point me into the right direction and as far as a career. And he was just telling me how he called me Love Keys and he told me like I think that's a really better name to go with instead of Keys. And then it grew on me because I used to tell him like it's not Love Keys, it's Keys. And then I just thought about it. I'm like, I really like that much more than Keys. So I just everything I kind of just people added on stuff to my name and I went
Hmm.
with it. And now Love Keys. I love it.
Good. It's a unique name and it stands out. That's one thing I noticed when I received your album and I said, oh, this
Mhm.
Love Keys. It's nice. It's nice.
Right.
Now, Love Keys. If anyone is interested in finding more information about you, where can they go?
You can actually go anywhere. Most my all every song that I make goes on SoundCloud first,
Hmm.
and SoundCloud is Love Keys. My name is Love Keys on everything, so there's no it's Love Keys or real Love Keys. It's all Love Keys on SoundCloud,
Hmm.
YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, everywhere. It's all the same. All my
Hmm.
music is available everywhere.
Great. For those that are watching, definitely go out. She creates very good music, entertaining music. I still listen to my favorite songs on her album since I got it, I think in 2015, and I really appreciate them sending me a CD here in Brazil. So
Yeah,
I really appreciate it. Love Keys, thank you so much for being a part of this interview. And for those again, go out and search Love Keys on SoundCloud. Thank you.
absolutely. Thank you.
Per il cinema, di qua la mamma che vai fuori con quel tipo con i